I told you so. He is the master at winning votes from small groups who are passionate about one issue, picking up a couple percent here, a couple there, until on election night it's YMCA. In his first term, he signed an executive order banning TikTok and then got trounced by young voters. So in 24, he campaigned on saving it. And he pardoned Lil Wayne and pardoned Kodak Black and the CEO of Jay-Z's company and the founder of Death Row Records and the former mayor of Detroit. And now he's going to do it with pot. Finally, he got around to me.
So guys, continuing the pattern that he's been on for the last several months, maybe even years, Bill Maher here is nuking the Democrats out of orbit because he is discussing this radical gerrymandering that they tried and failed with in Virginia, along with the fact that he pays incredibly high taxes and the fact that the Democrats seem to be losing on the vast majority of issues. To be honest with you, it's really a miracle that the Democrats are gaining any type of seats, winning any type of elections at all, considering how radical they are. We pretty much got to the point to where the Democrats know that their issues suck. So that's the reason why they keep targeting Trump. They're like, well, okay, how do people feel about the border? They want it closed. Well, we're not going to win on that, so let's attack Trump. Well, how do people feel about crime? They feel like it's too much crime. Okay, well, maybe if we just attack Trump and say he's making it worse. Like, basically, they just always attack Trump and say he's making everything worse. And apparently, because people are dumbasses, this appears to work on a lot of people. But without further ado, I want to go ahead and react to what Bill Maher has to say about this. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos. So be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
Now let's talk about the big political bombshell that happened this week, which was the state of Virginia. They gerrymandered the fuck out of the state.
Thanks.
I have to sound like a 5-year-old, but Trump started it. He did. I mean, now it's out of control, but
Here we
that's
go.
just the fact. He started it.
What do you mean? So, okay, gerrymandering didn't exist before Trump. We all know that, right? Like, they literally invented that term when Trump came. No! Foolish. Gerrymandering is something I learned about in like elementary school, right? This has been going on for ages, right? Now, in terms of who started it, I don't know who started it officially, but I know who definitely finished it is the Democrats. If you look at how the maps for the states usually are put together, they're heavily leaning towards Democrats. In some places, including in Maryland, they try to make it where there was no representation, zero, by Republicans at all.
Who are pushing hard to redraw Maryland's congressional map to further benefit Democrats. And what that means is eliminating the only Republican-held seat that exists right now. The map, as it stands, is already really gerrymandered, done before you got there. How is it good for democracy to pursue a map that makes your state even less representative?
Well, actually, the map that the Maryland House passed would actually make 6 of the 8 congressional districts more competitive.
It's cap, and you know.
That's cap! That's cap!
So I don't want to hear nothing about, they started it. Like, this one thing you can always count on is that if the Republicans start anything, Democrats are going to always go the extra mile. This is like if you go and like you're a guy and you like cheat on your wife or something and you like come back to her, she forgives you, and then she goes out and she cheats and gets pregnant. It's like going the extra mile. Like, it's like getting stabbed versus somebody stabbing and then twisting the knife and laughing in your face, guys. It's not the same thing.
He encouraged Texas to do this, where they and I thought, like, I had Eric Holder on, like, not that many, a couple of years ago, and it was like, we're going to fix gerrymandering, and we're going to stop it because, you know, gerrymandering is just not fair. Both sides do it. And then Trump just, of course, had to make it worse. They're going to gerrymander the state so, like, almost all the votes are coming from there, and the rest of the state's a big state full of hicks. And I say that not in a mean way. Hicks don't have to be stupid.
Okay, anyways, guys, let me just move on here because Bill Maher also complained about his incredibly high taxes and how the Democrats don't seem to be doing anything with it, regardless of how much socialism and programs that we have and how much taxes we take. They always argue for more. Do you really think it's going to stop? Let's see what he has to say.
I paid to the government, if you add in state tax, local sales, property, fees, Obamacare, probably almost 60% of what I earn. That's a lot. And I still wouldn't mind if Bernie Sanders would stop saying the rich don't pay taxes. And while I'm sure the super rich with their army of accountants and corporate loopholes get away with murder, us regular rich people pay a shit ton of taxes. And who stands up and gives us a pat on the back? Nobody, that's who. The top 10% pay 72% of all federal income taxes, and the bottom half, 3%.
Well, let's think about this for a second, guys. This is what the Democrats are always complaining about. This is what they campaign on. So, okay, let's say you change this to where the top 10% pay 75% or even 80%. You think that they're going to stop complaining? Like, you think if they made it to where, let's say you didn't have to pay taxes at all and only the rich paid taxes, you think they would stop complaining? No, they would still say that there's too much inequality because they still manage to pay or still manage to earn too much. So then the problem would not become, well, they're paying too little in taxes or they got tax loopholes. Then it would become, well, they earn too much money, just like how they say billionaires shouldn't exist because they're millionaires. So they're not saying millionaires anymore. So now they're just saying billionaires shouldn't exist. And then if they become billionaires, then they'll just try to say people like Elon Musk, who is assumed to be the first trillionaire, shouldn't exist. So these people are always going to push it further and further because they need a boogeyman. Okay, they need a villain for the radical left to attack. Trump is going to be out of office soon. It looked like it was about to be Ron DeSantis. Get ready for the Ron DeSantis attacks to be coming real soon. I'm telling you, because Ron DeSantis is likely going to be the next president of the United States, certainly going to very likely win the primary. So we shall see.
The Democratic Socialists talk about socialism like we don't already have a lot. Social Security, unemployment, Medicare, nutritional assistance, Medicaid, Obamacare, disability, housing subsidies. Again, not against it, just the same question. How can you be soaking the rich and failing the poor so badly? How can it be that the federal government alone took in over $5 trillion in taxes last year, and we still need that? Are we really this incompetent and corrupt? Don't answer that. But here's the truth. You're not going to get health care to these people by threatening to tax and eat the rich. You raise billionaires' taxes, they just leave the state. Or they leave the country. Or in some cases, the planet.
Guys, we all know this. I mean, this is not rocket science, right? Shout out to Elon Musk, that the Democrats are going to continue to take money. They're going to continue to gerrymander, take people's vote, complain about, democracy getting taken away, even though Trump was elected. But then when they want to win some election that's literally that has a ballot measure that goes against their constitution, it's gerrymandering. It literally goes against the Virginia Constitution that you can't, that they're supposed to have a bipartisan commission. It's built into their constitution now per Glenn Youngkin when he was governor. It's a Republican governor, good guy. They try to pass this stupid ballot measure, failed, unconstitutional. Democrats mad about that. They seem to always tout the Constitution when it goes along with what they want, but then when it doesn't, all of a sudden it's a threat to democracy. So now the Constitution's a threat to democracy. Guys, these people are crazy people. Even Bill Maher, who is a leftist himself, is calling it out. He's like, wait a minute, we're not using the funds properly. And he's saying that we're gerrymandered the heck out of Virginia, which is also not right. Governor Wes Moore tried to make it where rather than having one Republican seat, they moved to 0. And the only reason it failed is because his people got scared that they would lose some of the seats that they had already, right? Where they already are a Democrat majority in Maryland, right? So, there's a lot of chatter right now about MAGA being fractured and all of this stuff. But this is not something that I really think matters a whole lot because, let's face it, the Democrat Party is fractured too. They're way more fractured than MAGA could ever be. I mean, they don't even have things that they really support for the most part. There's no unity amongst the things that they support except for one thing, and that's hatred for Donald Trump. And obviously in the 2024 election, that wasn't enough. And I don't think it's going to be enough in the midterms either. But there's only one way to find out. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Shout out to my members, patrons, and fellow anomalies, Cyber Noodle, 655, The Great, Bella Scott, Carpentier John, and Pinecone 6. I appreciate you guys every single day.
I love hypocritical America, I really do. A guy who does exorcism, doesn't believe in gay marriage, no women priests, but now, because he's feuding with Trump, MSNBC loves this guy. He got a big speech on the floor from Chuck Schumer. Eric Swalwell sent him a dick pic.